Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Proline, the longest-running sports handicapping show in America, direct from Las Vegas. Take a look at some NFL preseason battle for Thursday, as well as some baseball action. First, I want to remind you, Jim Feist, 2-0 this week with baseball games of the month. Last night was his Diamond Dominator game of the month. That was Seattle Mariners' 9-6 victory. He has another one available at jimfeist.com, as well as a high roller inner circle release. That's also on a sizzling run. All right, let's take a look at some baseball action going tonight. You got the Cleveland Indians and the Boston Red Sox in a great battle, a great series that looks like possible playoff preview for the second year in a row. Boston has really dominated this series, 15-2. Last two games. They're going to be going with their ace, Chris Sale, tonight, who's off a terrible game getting pounded. However, he has not lost back-to-back games all season long, 2.62 ERA, leading the majors in strikeouts. And we'll see if, and they are a home dog, or Cleveland is a home dog here. Cleveland is a home dog, and the numbers have come in. Well, Cleveland 160 home dog, and it's come down a little bit. Some money on the underdog, about plus 140, with the total around 7. And that's probably the way to look at tonight's game, because Trevor Bauer, you can't really look at his overall numbers. 12-game winner is impressive. 4.5 ERA is not impressive. However, can't look at that because this guy has been in a nice groove since the All-Star break. A 5-0 run over 7 starts. Comes off a nice game against Kansas City, 6+ innings scoreless. So really, that's probably the way to look at tonight's game, would be a defensive duel under the total, with Sale racking up strikeouts and Bauer playing exceptionally well. With that said, keep in mind the offenses are very good. Boston 8th in baseball in runs scored, Cleveland 12, and the on-base percentage is even better for these teams. Boston 7th in on-base percentage, Cleveland 9th. So these teams do draw walks, but you get two guys on the mound who do not allow a lot of free passes. So I have to look at an under game tonight. Keep in mind, Boston, when the Chris Sale is going 4-0 under the total when he gets 4 days of rest, as well as 8-2 run under the total overall. Cleveland also has been an under team when Cleveland faces a team with a winning record, 17-6-3 under the total. Cleveland is facing a lefty tonight against Sale, and they're 33-14-4 under the total against left-handed starters. Finally, when these teams meet, the under is 7-3-3, and Boston just 4-10 here in Cleveland, despite wins the last couple of nights. Let's take a look at some of the NFL games going on for Thursday. Miami-Philadelphia is the early game. So let's take a look at this Carolina-Jacksonville game, where Jacksonville went from a pick-em at home. Now they're the underdog of 1.5 with a total of 43.5. And you have this Carolina team that 1-1 here on the preseason. They have not had Cam Newton, as he had off-season surgery. However, they say he's going to start tonight. The starters for Carolina Panthers are going to play into the third quarter, but that does not include Newton. They're going to be very careful with his reps. He has been practicing at camp this week, which is why they're going to give him a little bit of action tonight. However, even in camp, he has been rusty, missing some receivers, so don't look for a lot of Newton tonight. I'll watch to see how he responds to the pass rush that the Jags throw at him. Carolina coming off a game against Tennessee, 34-27, so they've scored 27 points in both of their preseason games, and it's a pretty decent quarterback rotation beyond Cam Newton. Derek Anderson is a veteran, Joe Webb is mobile, and Garrett Gilbert played. The three of them played last week, and they were pretty good. 219 yards passing, 16 of 31, only 2 sacks total from the three of them. But what was really impressive is the Carolina ground game that had 167 yards rushing, 7.6 yards per carry. They got a terrific 1-2 punch with Cameron Artis-Payne. He has 70 yards rushing, and the rookie Christian McCaffrey only carried the ball 3 times for 33 yards. So this looks like a much improved offense, certainly a balanced offense too. This will be the second straight road game for Carolina, and they're facing a Jacksonville team that, the last couple of years, Jacksonville seems to go backwards every year, despite getting high draft picks and kind of predictions from some people. Well, this is the year they take a step back. And we're even seeing that in preseason, because in week 1, the Jacksonville went to the Patriots and looked impressive, scored 31 points. They chewed up the Patriots' run defense with their great offensive backfield depth. And then last week they come home and they look terrible. They lose 12-8 to Tampa Bay. And that great ground game was stuffed cold, 57 yards rushing, just 2.8 yards per carry. So once again, we ask with the question, where are these Jacksonville Jaguars? Well, the quarterback rotation isn't bad for preseason. Blake Bortles and Chad Henne, and then you got Brandon Allen, too. They had 238 yards passing last week, the three of them. However, Jacksonville does have some injuries, and that backfield depth, which is really the strength of the team, is banged up for this game. Leonard Fournette, he's not going to play. Running back T.J. Yeldon, he had a hamstring injury against the Bucs last week, and he's questionable. They got several guys banged up, so it's kind of a big question mark what you're going to see from Jacksonville tonight, because you didn't see it in these first two games. They were great, and then they were terrible. And keep in mind, Jacksonville 3-6 straight up their last 9 preseason games. I'll have to go with the final score here of Carolina, maybe 20, and the Jaguars 17, possibly a defensive game. All right, that'll do it for the Thursday edition of Proline. We'll be back on Friday with some more wagering tips and strategies and free picks from Las Vegas. Good luck with the games, everyone.